everyone, welcome to Thriving at Work Summit, and I am your host today, Claire Boscott, and I am absolutely buzzing to be interviewing Shep Hyken. Hi Shep, how are you?
I am doing great, thank you. And you're buzzing? Well, then I'm feeling buzzed too.
That's it.
in a legal sense.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, buzz. Shep, we've been buzzing together for a few years. I mean, I've been following you ever since I started my business 10 years ago. So, and it's we've done several things together. But you are really the customer experience and customer service experts Chief Amazement Officer, which is quite a cool title, isn't it?
Thank you. Yeah.
And you've had articles, and you've been New York Times and Wall Street Journal bestseller author. So how many books have you written up to now?
Seven.
So spending a lot of time in planes, going here, there, and everywhere.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Right.
That's how I get where I'm going.
And so you've got an online training platform. You're doing a lot of keynote talk. You've been on the Hall of Fame. You've been given a big award there. So
yeah, I'm very fortunate. I love what I do. I work hard at what I do, and people recognize the hard work. And that's what should happen in every company. Somebody does good work, you recognize them. In my industry, I'm recognized. So that's obviously, I'm just working hard to keep it going. It's fun.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Oh, and so just give us a little bit of background. How did you get to start to do that?
Wow. So how did I, this goes way back to when I was a kid at 12 years old, when I did a birthday party magic show. I was hired to perform in front of a bunch of screaming little 6-year-old kids and entertain them at a birthday party. And I'd been doing magic. And so this was my first paid gig. Now, that's kind of cool. And by the way, I did lots of magic shows, birthday parties, as well as worked in nightclubs through high school and college. But that night when I came home, I remember my mom picked me up after school, took me over, I performed, then we went home, had dinner, and my family is around the table and we're talking. And my mom says, "What are you going to do after dinner?" And I thought, school night. I think the right word is homework. And no, it wasn't. It was, she said, "You need to write a thank you note to the people that just paid you $16, which was a lot of money back then. Today, that's $2,498 in today's money. It's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
No, but it was a lot of money for a little kid. And my mom said, "Go write a thank you note." My dad said, "Great idea. Next week, call the parents, thank them again on the phone, and then ask them how they liked the show and ask them what they liked about the show and get feedback. And by the way, if you do this enough times, you'll hear people telling you about the tricks they like, and then some tricks won't ever get mentioned. Get rid of the tricks that nobody ever talks about and replace them with things people will talk about." I thought, wow, that's a great idea. Now I look back and I think to myself, well, that's showing appreciation, getting feedback, process improvement, using the feedback to get better. Wow, those are exactly what every single company, large or small, does, or at least needs to be doing as part of their customer service and experience strategy. So I learned this at a young age, not realizing what it was. And somehow or another, I became very people-focused. I worked at a gas station and pumping gas at a very young age. I recognized the importance of taking care of people. So on the coldest day of the year, an elderly woman drives up, and I go out to help her pump her gas. Now, even though I didn't literally pump gas at the station because it was a self-service gas station, but I mean, I did everything around the gas station. But on that day, I pumped her gas. My manager said, "Why did you do that? We're self-service." I go, "What does it matter? This woman's like 90 years old. It's cold out. I want her to be comfortable, And he said, "Well, she's going to expect it the next time." And I go, "Great. Then she'll come here instead of that station right across the street, and the one right on the corner right over there." So the goal was, be nice to people. They'll come back. I didn't know that was called customer service. It just is. So that's how, when I decided to become a speaker, which was back in 1983, I know I look very young, and I know what you're thinking. How does he look that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must
No,
be the
seriously.
haircut.
It's right. See, bald people, you don't see the gray hair, okay? And so, like, unless we start really wrinkling, okay, we look like the same age for 40 years. So, but seriously, when I started my business back then, I saw a couple of motivational speakers. I thought I could do that with the entertainment background and all that. And I went to the bookstore to buy books on topics that I might speak on. And guess what? I was gravitating toward all the customer service books.